Breaking: FBI informant just flipped on Obama in Uranium One testimony, by Erin Moreno for truthfeednews.com. Obama's house of cards is officially tumbling down. Not only are his corrupt FBI, DOJ, and State Department cronies facing major scrutiny, but now the FBI informant just sunk his administration even further with his latest testimony in the Uranium One scandal. From the Daily Wire, the FBI's informant in the Uranium One scandal involving the Obama administration gave written testimony to 3 congressional committees this week, in which he accused the Obama administration of making decisions that directly benefited the Russian government and their goals of gaining geopolitical advantages over the United States. The informant, Douglas Campbell, told congressional investigators on Wednesday that Moscow sent millions of dollars to the U.S. with the expectation that it would benefit the Clintons, while Hillary Clinton's quarterbacked reset in U.S.-Russia relations in her role as Secretary of State during the Obama administration. The Hill reported key facts. Campbell participated in closed-door interviews with Senate Judiciary, House Intelligence, and House Oversight and Government Reform committees. Campbell said that Russian nuclear officials told him that Moscow hired an American lobbying firm, APCO Worldwide, because it was in a unique position to influence the Obama administration, Hillary Clinton in particular. Democrats are aggressively trying to discredit him, but are having little success as the FBI found Campbell's undercover work valuable enough to reward him with a $50,000 check in 2016. Isn't that nice? Campbell says that the FBI told him that his work was briefed to President Obama as part of his daily presidential briefings, which would mean that Obama was aware of the crimes committed by the Russian officials. The FBI forced him to pay $500,000 of his own money to Russian officials as bribes to facilitate his cover, and the Bureau never reimbursed him despite their praise of his work and the fact that the ordeal was so stressful that he developed serious life-threatening illnesses. You're kidding me. You are absolutely kidding me. Initially, reports indicated that Campbell was threatened by the Obama administration in an attempt to silence him before the 2016 election, as they did not want this case hurting Hillary Clinton after then Attorney General Loretta Lynch's Justice Department learned that he filed a lawsuit in Maryland federal court. It was not immediately clear what the lawsuit was about. However, Sarah Carter reports Campbell filed a lawsuit in Maryland federal court against the Russian nuclear entities, asking for the return of the money he had to launder out of his own paychecks. Wow, man. Russian and American executives implicated in the 10x bribery scheme specifically asked him to try to help get the Uranium One deal approved by the Obama administration, the Hill noted. He provided documentation of the corruption and crimes taking place to help Russia to the Obama administration months before they made a series of decisions that directly benefited Vladimir Putin and the Russian government. He provided documentation to the Obama administration that showed that the Russian government was actively involved in trying to help Iran develop their nuclear capabilities years before the Obama administration implemented the now infamous Iran deal. He said that he was told by the FBI that the politics of the Obama administration overruled justice from taking place against the criminal activity that was happening. So in other words, this man, he was out $500K and he was trying to save what he thought he was doing a good job to try to save the this from happening, and he was running into brick walls continuously because Obama and Hillary were being paid off. I was frustrated watching the U.S. government make numerous decisions benefiting Rosatom and Tenex while those entities were engaged in serious criminal conduct on U.S. soil, Campbell said in his testimony. I'm surprised they let him live. As reported by The Hill. John Solomon. The Hill's John Solomon. I mean, I'm losing it just reading this. Tenex and Rosatom were ranking in billions of U.S. dollars by signing contracts with American nuclear utility clients. At the same time, they were indulging in extortion by using threats to get bribes and kickbacks, with a portion going to Russia for high-ranking officials. I remember one response I got from an agent when I asked how it was possible CFIUS would approve the Uranium One sale when the FBI could prove Rosatom was engaged in criminal conduct, Campbell continued. His answer? Ask your politics. Some of the key players that were engaging in the criminal racketeering case have started to face justice, albeit years later, Sarah A. Carter reports. It wasn't until years later, in 2015, that American businessman Darren Condry, whose company Transportation Logistics International pled guilty to conspiring to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, FCPA, and conspiring to commit wire fraud, according to the DOJ. This is bull. This is bull. This is all bull. They just used him. This Darren Condry, they just used him to show like they were doing something. Meanwhile, Hillary and even Podesta was involved with Rosatom. Remember when Maria Bartiromo asked him on television, live TV, and she says, "What do you mean you're not into Rosatom? Just because you transferred your shares?" "No, I sold my shares." "Yeah, you transferred them to your kids," she told him. Do you see what was going on? And this is Darren Condry. They did whatever they did just to show like they were doing something to stop the corruption. Are you kidding me? Meanwhile, they were doing what they were going along as planned. Russian national Vadim Makarin, who was a top official of the Russian nuclear arms subsidiary Tenex, and would later become president of Tenex, the American subsidiary of Rosatom, was also sentenced in December of 2015, another patsy that they used. Makarin, who only pled guilty to money laundering, was arrested for racketeering scheme that dated back to 2004. He was sentenced to 48 months in prison. Oh, so we're going to go back to 2004. Okay, so now, meanwhile, all this was set up through the Bushes, you see? How do you think Obama got into office? Through the Bushes. So this has been ongoing. What Campbell is reporting on is only half of the story. That's all the guy knows. So, I'm not really into all of this stuff, and I can get the gist, of what's going on here. Boris Rubizhevsky, whatever his name is, another Russian national from New Jersey, who was president of the security firm Nexgen Security, was also involved in the conspiracy and pled guilty to conspiracy to commit money laundering in 2015. He served as a consultant to Tenex and to Makarin. Rubizhensky, or whatever, was sentenced to prison last year along with 3 years of supervised release. And listen to this, a $26,500 fine, according to a recent Reuters report. Do you want me to laugh now? Do you want me to laugh? Now, Mark Lambert, now this one is new. Co-owner of Transportation Logistics International, was charged this month on an 11-count indictment with one count of conspiracy to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, FCPA, and to commit wire fraud, 7 counts of violating the FCPA, 2 counts of wire fraud, and 1 count of international promotion money laundering. As stated in the DOJ press release, Lambert's charges stem from an alleged scheme to bribe McCarran in order to secure contacts with Tenex, according to the DOJ release. And you know how far I trust the DOJ. So this was with Lambert, it was recent, but it was all a setup, you see, to make it look like they're doing something. And all these people that they the Rubinsky or whatever his name is, and the other one that only serves 48 months, they were paid by the big cats of Hillary Clinton. They were saying, you're going to take the fall now just to show like we're doing something positive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they took $500K from the guy too, and from Campbell. I'm surprised they allowed him to live after all the filing of reports. But this criminal here, he was put in through the bushes. The Bushes were the destruction of America. Those the 2 Bushes, those were the key people involved in all of this destruction. Where Hillary, where Bill Clinton, Obama, all of them, they were all involved. Believe me, that the Bushes set all this up. How'd the Bushes get so rich? You see what I'm saying? Come on. This is what they were doing. And Obama was a Muslim with the ring that said there is no God except Allah. I mean, how did this guy come in? Through the Bushes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.